Now at 9, we have an exclusive interview with the Libertarian Lieutenant gubernatorial candidate. Find out what her campaign plans are.
Microsoft has released analyst reports ahead of election, what they are on the lookout for.
The Menendez brothers could be getting a retrial. We have the details.
There is a new vocational program here in Muncie. Find out how this affects those involved.
Tracking rain chances in a cooler weekend ahead. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Zelaya.
And I'm Trey Lawrence.
NewsLink Indiana had a sit-down interview with Libertarian Lieutenant gubernatorial candidate Tanya Hudson.
This is the second part of our three-part coverage of Indiana's lieutenant gubernatorial candidates.
Yes, I'm Tanya Hudson, and I'm running for lieutenant governor as Donald Rainwater's running mate. The Libertarian Party is the third largest party in the country. We're growing and very strong here in Indiana. Okay, the lieutenant governor has 26 statutory duties, and the biggest is Secretary of Agriculture. Agriculture for Indiana brings in about $35 billion a year. And trying to help our ranchers, farmers, make sure that they can produce their products and get on the marketplace is one of the priorities.
Is there any aspects of education that's kind of on your agenda or on Donald's agenda?
Well, definitely on Don's. The Department of Education isn't under the Lieutenant Governor's purview. However, I can say that we as libertarians are for more choice, that the parents should have more choice, more options for their kids.
Another conversation a lot of students on campus have a lot of thoughts and feelings on is the idea of reproductive rights and freedom of choice and healthcare and that kind of thing. Is that more under his thing than you're under Lieutenant Governor, or?
Right, yes.
Okay.
I personally am pro-life. However, libertarians don't think that big government should be getting in y'all's business.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Tune in again tomorrow for the third and final part of our coverage, an interview with Republican Lieutenant gubernatorial candidate Micah Beckwith.
Iranian hackers have probed election websites in multiple swing states. Today, Microsoft released a report saying hackers linked to Iran's government are possibly looking for vulnerabilities that could be used to influence the U.S. presidential election. The activity took place in April, but was just recently discovered by Microsoft analysts. They said they expect the Iranian hacking group to increase its activity as the election nears, given the group's history of election interference. Sources familiar with the investigation says there is no evidence that the activity has escalated to attempted hacks of those websites.
A New York judge consolidated two sex-crimes indictments against Harvey Weinstein in one trial in a ruling today. The judge granted a motion by prosecutors to combine a new indictment with the retrial of charges from his 2020 conviction.
That conviction was overturned by a state appellate court last spring. Weinstein's attorney have pushed for two separate trials for the two cases, say they may petition the judge to reconsider the consolidation.
Obviously Mr. Weinstein is very anxious to put this behind him. He's very optimistic about the trial, and he's very happy with the trial team. Unfortunately, there's motion practice that needs to be done. We're going to be making some very more substantial motions about this new charge that's being brought in, whether it should be able to be brought at all.
A new trial date has not been set, but a possible April 2025 start was discussed. A hearing on pretrial motions is set for January 29th. Weinstein is being held in a New York prison serving a sentence from a separate 2022 conviction on sexual assault charges in Los Angeles.
The Los Angeles County District Attorney says he plans to make a decision in the next few days on whether to seek resentencing in the case of Eric and Lyle Menendez. The Menendez brothers were convicted of murdering their parents in 1989. Their 1996 trial was the second one after the first ended in a hung jury. They never denied killing their parents, but say they acted out of self-defense after years of sexual abuse by their father. Defense attorneys said the judge in the second trial didn't allow much of the evidence of abuse to be presented. The brothers' attorneys asked the court to reconsider the conviction in light of a newly discovered letter written by Eric months before the killings, in which he wrote about the abuse. A hearing is set for November 26. Now, let's see what's going on in weather with Noah.
Yeah, guys, cooling down very nicely across East Central Indiana tonight. 50 in Hartford City, 54 in Muncie, 54 also in Richmond. Really cooling down for a very chilly fall night across most of our region. The three things I'm watching tonight here in my full forecast: dry conditions remaining across East Central Indiana, but the first chance at rain in a long time Friday afternoon. And I'll have the details coming up on your homecoming forecast later in the show.
Kind post-secondary vocational program in the country is located right here in downtown Muncie.
NewsLink Indiana's Amelia Winter went to the Institute to find out more.
To some educators, students with disabilities are often left with little resources for their future after high school. However, the Erskine Green Training Institute, founded by the Arc of Indiana Foundation, is the nation's first post-secondary vocational training program to help change that narrative.
The training program was built here in the hotel back in 2016. And up here, students have the option to live here. So there's that residential component. Students can commute if they live locally.
The Training Institute offers a variety of skills and programs that cater to all students' needs.
Here in Muncie, we offer restaurant training programs because we have the 1925 Pub House and the restaurant, so students can choose to learn a restaurant job. We're here in the hotel, so they can choose to learn a hotel job. Or they can learn a job over at IU Health Ball Memorial Hospital. So it's healthcare, hotel, food service.
Not only are the students learning important job skills, they also get an opportunity to learn independence. For many, this is the first time they get to lead their own choices.
They get to learn how to get up on their own, how to ride the bus by themselves to get to the hospital, make their own choices. What do they eat? What do they want to eat for breakfast? What do they want to eat for lunch? Where do they want to go to dinner? What activities do they want to go do?
Although this program has been around for more than 10 years, many families are still unaware. But despite that, Megan remains hopeful for the future.
Ultimate goal is that we see more individuals with disabilities employed, being productive members of society.
The Institute hopes to grow more in different aspects, especially by adding more training programs for students. In Muncie, Amelia Winter, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you are interested in learning more about the Institute and the programs offered, visit erskinegreeninstitute.org. Coming up, the next homecoming event is Air Jam, what one group is doing to prepare.
And we have a recap on the talent search next.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Welcome back. Air Jam is coming up, and we have a look at last year's winning group. NewsLink Indiana's Cameron No has the story.
Outlet Hip Hop Troupe are the reigning Air Jam champions. Founded in 2003, they have won this annual lip sync competition 13 times. They don't just win because they are the only hip hop group on campus. They win because of their passion.
I've grown up dancing, and I feel like going back to that has helped me, just because it's a good way to like get out of like school and like just have that like outage kind of from like everything else.
With an expectation to win Air Jam again this year, their executive team started preparing and working this past summer. They started to pick out their songs and choreograph their dances to ensure that they can show everyone who they really are. The homecoming theme this year is country western, and even though they are a hip hop team, they are more than prepared.
Since we are a hip hop group, it was very tricky to search for these kind of country songs and figure out how we can show who Outlet is, but also show and follow the theme.
Outlet thrives on their student leaders and their leaders spreading the love and energy to new members. This team is built on a foundation for the love of dance. Even though their members come from different backgrounds, they all share the same passion.
Outlet is like a home to me. Growing up, I was never surrounded by dance groups that were specifically specializing in hip hop. I was always surrounded by either like ballet or modern or contemporary, but it was never hip hop.
Many of these students have dance backgrounds, but most did not grow up in the hip hop world. They don't just dance for entertainment or for fun. They dance for themselves and to keep the spark that dance once provided for them. Dance is more than a hobby for this group. It is a place where they can be free and let go. In Muncie, Cameron No, NewsLink, Indiana.
Air Jam is tomorrow at 7:30 in Eamons Auditorium. Tickets can be purchased at the box office.
Ball State Student Life held its annual talent search last night. NewsLink Indiana's Lauren Bulis has the details.
Off-the-charts talent flooded the event last night at Pruis Hall. The event began at 7:30 p.m. and ended at 9 p.m. 16 students at Ball State performed a range of acts, including singing, dancing, jump roping, and baton twirling. Talent Search has fostered opportunities to students since 1967. Bailey Williams, the overall winner, shares how she felt up on stage.
It was like the crowd was just so energetic and they were so fun to perform for, so I feel like I'll remember it for the rest of my life. It was so much fun.
The Talent Search Chair, Megan Machinsky, elaborates on how this event benefits students and its importance with homecoming week.
So for tonight, it's actually one of the only events that we offer scholarships for. A lot of the events are for entertainment, which is very important, but having a scholarship-based event is definitely a highlight of the week, just because we do get to include some of the different organizations, such as Student Life and the Alumni Center, and kind of give back to the students here that are talented at Ball State.
For the audience, the night was a real showstopper. To stay up to date on the homecoming events this week, visit Ball State's website and social media accounts. In Muncie, Lauren Burris, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Talent Search aims to provide students with scholarships and the opportunity to showcase a variety of incredible talents.
A cool weekend ahead. Just how cool will we get? Find out after the break.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
When tornadoes touched down in parts of our viewing area, NewsLink Indiana kept you informed days in advance.
You do need to be seeking shelter.
Marginal risk of severe weather.
And days after.
The roof has been ripped completely off of this house,
giving you a first-hand look at the communities affected.
When your neighbors lose their house and you don't, how lucky you are.
The first to alert you of severe weather before it happens. NewsLink Indiana Weather.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone, that's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Welcome back. It's been another beautiful fall-like day across East Central Indiana. We take a look outside right now. We can see those temperatures dropping down into those upper 40s. 54 here in Muncie, 54 in Indianapolis. Warmer to the south, 64 in Cincinnati, and that's due to a cold front that has really dropped across most of East Central Indiana throughout the day today. Hasn't brought us any rain, but definitely cooled us down a little bit, especially if you're headed out tonight. Take a look outside here. Clear skies throughout the entire night, but a low temperature of about 37 degrees with those north-northwest winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So I definitely recommend grabbing a jacket if you head out anywhere tonight. But tomorrow, going to be another beautiful sunshine-filled day across most of East Central Indiana. 62 degrees is the high under sunny skies with calm winds throughout the day. So going to be a beautiful fall day to enjoy and do really whatever you want to on a lovely Thursday. But dry weather has been the name of the game here in East Central Indiana across the entire month. In fact, it's been the second driest October on record here in the city of Muncie. 0.15 inches of rain has only been recorded at the airport throughout the first 23 days of October. So obviously a list we don't want to be on here, but we really don't see that many rain chances in the next 7 to 10 days. So we may as well end up on one of these top 5 driest Octobers. And because of all that dry weather, many counties in our area have also issued burn bans, specifically Grant, Madison, and Henry counties. Now obviously these are restrictions on outdoor burning, things including leaves, grass, and trash that you are not allowed to burn. This is obviously due to the humidity, the winds, and the dry soil condition, but the one caveat we have here is grilling and cooking fires are still allowed, which is going to make for a great homecoming Saturday, especially if you're headed out to that tailgate early Saturday. Homecoming parade will be at 9 a.m. under mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. And then that homecoming kickoff against Northern Illinois here at Schumann Stadium, 3:30, temperatures in the low 60s and mostly sunny skies. So just going to be a beautiful fall-like weekend to enjoy with the friends and the family. And you might as well enjoy it because if we take a look here, the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook shows us very warm here across the Great Lakes region, especially in the eastern part of the United States, while cooler temperatures are out west along the Rockies. Now, if we take a look at our raw 7-day forecast here, we can see temperatures 62 on Thursday, 71 on Friday, 60% chance of rain. Like I mentioned, this is really going to be our only shot at rain over the next 7 days, but it's really not going to put a dent in that drought forecast, especially Saturday, 64 degrees, sunny skies for that homecoming tailgate, homecoming game. Going to be a beautiful day to get out there. 61 on Sunday. Monday, another 61-degree day under mostly sunny skies, and that sun really continues Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday as temperatures warm up into the low to mid 70s, so really not going to feel too much like fall next week, but homecoming's coming up, guys, so do you have any plans for Saturday? It's going to be a beautiful day out there.
I mean, I've never been to a tailgate before, so I might try and go to that and see how that goes, you know, make some new memories.
I'm excited for that tailgate, but I'm also excited for my first home football game.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if we'll win or lose or not, but either way, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day out there, really no rain or no clouds expected at all, so honestly, just enjoy the game and enjoy being out there because it's going to feel like fall.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Noah. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Jack Farrar has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Andy and Trey. 2 Indiana basketball teams are looking to start off their seasons with a bang, while a new Ball State Intramural League is taking the university by storm. All this and more, next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality.
Oh,
Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jack Farrar with sports. To take it over to the hardwood, the Ball State men's basketball team starts play in less than 2 weeks. NewsLink's Jalen McKissick has more on a couple of the new transfers who are looking to make a big impact.
A new basketball season is upon us, and with that comes a plethora of new players who have transferred to Ball State and are excited to play for Coach Lewis and for one player to play closer to home.
I mean, it was closer to home for me because I'm from Indiana, a little bit south. But mainly it was Coach Lewis and the staff, how hard they recruited me. Just because, I mean, since my junior year of high school, they've been recruiting me the whole time.
Even though this team has only been together for a short time, one thing has stood out to heart about this group.
Competitiveness. I think we're really competitive, but we're really tough people, and we're more talented than I ever thought we'd be.
With the offseason coming to a close, junior transfer Jamari Hill made sure he sharpened his game in preparation for the upcoming season.
Really working on hitting everything, really, but I've been mostly focusing on my jump shot, staying more consistent on my jump shot, and creating for others.
Hill has played basketball on the community and junior college level to now playing for a Division I Ball State team. Hill has enjoyed this process as he believes it has made him better.
It's been good. I love the whole process, like starting low in junior college and building my way up. It definitely made me tougher and stronger to get here where I'm at today.
Joey Hart is coming from one of the most storied programs in college basketball, the Kentucky Wildcats, where he learned from one of the greats in Coach Calipari. In Kentucky, Hart learned what it really means to be a college athlete.
I learned just how hard college basketball can be because it's a lot like a full-time job, and it can be really hard to, just manage time.
The Cardinals' first game will be November 4th at Georgia State to take on the Panthers. In Muncie, Jalen McKissick, NewsLink, Indiana.
To keep it on the court, the first day of the NBA season has started, and it has already turned some heads. The Los Angeles Lakers took on the Minnesota Timberwolves in what was the first game ever for a father-son duo to take the court for the same team. LeBron and Bronny donned the purple and gold for the Lakers in a strong 110-103 victory. The Celtics were also close to history against the Knicks as they tied the team three-point record currently held by the 2020 Bucks at 29. And tonight, the Pacers travel to Detroit to take on the Pistons for night 2. To switch up the nets, intramural volleyball has switched up their location. NewsLink Indiana's Max Robson heads to the nets for more.
For the athletes on the basketball team or the volleyball team here at Ball State, being able to play in Worthen Arena is something that happens once, maybe even twice a week. But for the athletes behind me, this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
With the Ball State Benefactor Dinner occurring on the 25th, intramurals had to go on. And with women's volleyball traveling to Miami, Ohio on the 22nd, Worthen Arena was wide open for intramurals to take place. These athletes were given the opportunity to feel like they were the stars.
Oh man, it's amazing. I've seen so many athletes come here and play on this court, so getting the chance to come in and participate has been amazing.
It's just a flurry of emotions because I didn't play volleyball in high school. I'm not trained technically to play volleyball at all. So it's a lot of oh crap moments, am I going to be able to get to this ball in time? But a lot of excitement, a lot of nerves.
But for Sam and the other athletes, This opportunity came as a pleasant surprise.
Honestly didn't know we were on this court until maybe 20 minutes before game time, so that was a nice little surprise, but just the ability to get to play on a court like this, it's super special.
And with an avid fan like Rob, the director of student involvement in Cardinal Chaos, it's a whole new experience for him to be on the other side of the ramp.
We didn't have that many fans here for a rec intramural league, but it was still hard to communicate in here, so I can only imagine what it's like with a packed crowd.
Intramurals will return back to the rec center after this week, but these athletes will soak up their time in the nest until then. In Muncie, Max Robson, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited to see how the Pacers turn out this season. You know, after having a Eastern Conference Finals appearance, making a bit of a deep playoff run, and you bring back all these same guys, add one or two more pieces, I'm very excited to see what they can do, especially, you know, with that young core of Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard, all these guys. And then you have those veterans like Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner who can, you know, hold down the fort while these young guys kind of take it over. I think I may be a little bit biased, but I think we can make a run for the championship.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Me too. I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Next up, do you have slime in your dishwasher? Find out how it can help save the planet.
And one final look at weather after the break.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That gross slime inside of your dishwasher could help save the planet. Researchers with Two Frontiers Project are asking people to help find them special microbes in household appliances. They are looking for ones found in extreme environments like dishwashers, shower heads, and water heaters. Scientists say certain microbes could one day help capture carbon dioxide or break down pollution. For more information on how to take part in the research, go online to twofrontiers.org. And now, let's hear Noah for some final weather.
Yeah, guys, a calm and quiet weather pattern over the next 7 days across the region here. We start out on a little bit on the cool side, 62 tomorrow on Thursday, 71 on Friday with that 60% chance of rain throughout the day. Then cooling back down for a beautiful tailgate Saturday, 64 on Saturday, 61 on Sunday. The sunshine continues all the way into next week, 61 again on Monday, 68 Tuesday, and then finally 75 on Wednesday for a warm-up next week.
Thank you so much, Noah. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.